Every day, the consequence of climate change and its effects on our ecosystem are becoming apparent. A recent report also revealed that at least 9 cities may be underwater by 2030. Scientists have been trying for years to solve this problem. Many technology projects are underway, and a few have already been implemented in a few countries. Today, we will be talking about major projects that might help in reversing climate change. Number 10. Carbon capture. Due to man-made emissions of greenhouse gases, the rapid rising of the temperature of the Earth has become a major issue. The most significant greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide, and almost 50% of its emissions have increased since the Industrial Revolution. Net Zero Teesside, a company based out of the northeast of England, focuses on reducing these carbon dioxide emissions. It aims to capture carbon dioxide produced by industrial processes and power plants and then transport it through pipelines to offshore storage sites several kilometers beneath the North Sea. By securing them deep beneath the sea, carbon dioxide would no longer contribute to the greenhouse effect. Moreover, these can be made into fuels for transportation. Net Zero Teesside aims to reduce carbon emission produced by industries in the Northeast to zero by 2030. Number 9. Feeding cows seaweed. Due to extensive cattle farming, methane became another significant greenhouse gas. A study reports that from 2000 to 2017, 2/3 of methane emissions by humans were caused by agricultural industry, while the rest was caused by fossil fuels. The primary source of methane comes from cows doing something that is very natural: burping or farting. When cows eat grass, the microbes in their stomach break down and methane is produced. Scientists discovered a species of red seaweeds that grow in the tropics and can help in reducing methane emissions by 80% in cows by using them as cattle feed. Unfortunately, the seaweed is not enough for 1.5 billion cattle farming, so switching the supplement will be quite challenging, but the scientists are working on producing the main ingredients in the lab. Number 8. Hydrogen ships. Ships contribute 2.5% of carbon dioxide, and big ships burn tons of low-quality bunker fuel that pollutes the port's air with toxic particulates. Several Scandinavian countries have formed a partnership to build a hydrogen-powered ferry. It not only creates energy using hydrogen gas but also releases water. The hydrogen can be sourced by splitting water molecules with wind energy. By 2027, the ferry will connect Oslo and Copenhagen, and about 64,000 tons of carbon dioxide will be avoided annually. The US Department of Energy underscores the vast potential for hydrogen on high seas and deems it to be suitable to power most vessels in the world's fleet. Number 7. Climate repair. News of iceberg and glaciers melting is concerning the scientists not only about the danger of submerging islands, but also of animals living there going extinct. The University of Cambridge Centre of Climate Repair researchers are investigating ideas to repair the damaged poles. One of the ideas is to refreeze the poles by brightening the clouds about them by spraying tiny drops of salt into the sky that will assist the clouds in reflecting radiation back into space. Another idea that the university came up was with adding fertilizers into the ocean to grow plant life and algae, which will help absorb more carbon dioxide. However, some researchers show that this idea might cause massive disruption to the ocean's ecosystem. Potentially, then it won't be able to capture enough carbon dioxide. Still, with advanced technology, we might be able to see this working in the near future. Number 6. Modular floating wind. Modular floating wind offers new opportunities and alternatives in curbing climate changes. These structures are sources of clean and renewable energy, which uses the power of the wind offshore. It allows the deployment of wind turbines in larger and deeper offshore areas with higher wind potential, helping to provide clean, inexhaustible, and non-polluting energy for a more sustainable planet. The advantage of these floating structures is that it has low potential in impacting the environment, as the manufacturing can be done on land. Then it can be towed offshore to the installation site. SINN Power, a German startup, has developed its world-first floating ocean hybrid platform. It generates power from waves, winds, and solar energy. So, this is how we beat climate issue with the natural resources. Number 5. Biomass energy. Biomass is a source of energy that can be sourced from any organic matter like woods, crops, seaweed, and animal wastes. This energy is probably the oldest source of energy because for thousands of years, people have been burning wood to warm their houses and also in use for cooking. Biomass energy is a renewable energy source as the supplies are not limited. There are 4 kinds of biomass in use: solid waste, wood, agricultural products, landfill gas, and alcohol fuels. Until the mid-1800s, wood was the source of energy, and today it's replaced by coal, natural gas, and petroleum. Industries use 70% of this energy, making them the biggest users of biomass energy. Even electric utilities use biomass energy to produce electricity. Moreover, this energy has advantages over fossil fuels such as coal and petroleum. Biomass contains less sulfur and nitrogen, for which it does not cause acid rain. Using plants as a source of energy will also remove carbon dioxide. Number 4. Artificial trees. In order to reduce emissions, scientists are now trying to innovate so that they can control greenhouse gases already present in the air. Global Research Technologies Corporation is developing a tree-like device made from a special resin. The resin is supposed to react to the carbon dioxide in the air and trap it. Then, it will compress and store it in liquid form for sequestration. Once the existing CO2 is dried, the tree gets ready to trap more CO2. It takes approximately 1 hour to fully absorb the gas. The developers are planning to install these on busy commutes or anywhere with heavy gas emissions. The manufacturer is also building a bigger machine, about the size of a shipping container that can remove more gas at any given time. Number 3. Tree corridors. The ongoing climate crisis has led to many cities experiencing heat waves during summer, making it difficult for people to commute or even survive. In fact, these heat waves have caused several deaths. Sun-baked pavements and cement create urban heat islands that make climate change much worse. It produces heat waves that make people use air conditioners more. Due to this, the demand for energy increases, and with that the emission of more greenhouse gases. Tropical Medellin, Colombia is one of the examples of extreme heat waves. To protect people from heat waves and decrease the use of air conditioners, 350,000 trees and shrubs have been planted since 2016 to create 30 shaded green corridors. With this, it has reduced the urban temperatures by more than 3 degrees. Considering the effect of just 1 degree rise in temperature, a fall of 3 degrees is more than commendable. Mexico City and Paris are using the same strategy to fight climate change. After all, more trees mean more fresh air and less pollution. Moreover, it will also create a place for wildlife habitat. Number 2. Stratospheric aerosol injection. Stratospheric aerosol injection, which is very much still in the works, will use solar geoengineering to inject aerosols within the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere. This is allegedly supposed to bring about an effect that cools down the atmosphere as a result of an overall global dimming. This phenomenon occurs due to the eruption from volcanoes naturally. These aerosol injections are expected to counter any change in temperature and the surrounding precipitation. It works very quickly, it is cost-effective, and its effects can also be reversed. Experts believe that this can limit the warming to less than 1.5 degrees centigrade. Still, it's not the perfect approach, and there are possible side effects similar to any other geoengineering approach. Many techniques are being tried for delivering the aerosol for precursor gases. For example, in one of the studies, civilian aircraft, which includes the Boeing 747-400 and Gulfstream G550 and 650, could be modified at a very low cost to deliver enough of the required material. Another study showed that a new plane would be needed for easy development and efficient delivery. The high-altitude balloons could also be used to lift off precursor gases in tanks, bladders, or in the balloon's envelope towards the stratosphere. The advantages of this technology is that it's a natural process, technologically feasible and scalable. Number 1. Hydrogen fuel. In a fuel cell, hydrogen produces only water, making it a clean fuel source. Hydrogen can be produced by many domestic sources like natural gas, nuclear power, renewable power like solar and wind, and biomass. These traits make it a very attractive fuel option for transportation and electricity generations. Hydrogen is an energy carrier that can store, move, and deliver energy produced from other sources. In today's time, hydrogen can be created through thermal processes and electrolysis, a very common method. Also, it can be produced from solar-driven and biological processes. Thermal processes involve steam reforming. It's a high-temperature process in which steam reacts with hydrocarbon fuels to create hydrogen. Electrolysis is the process of turning water, splitting it into hydrogen and oxygen. It is performed in an electrolyzer. Solar-driven processes produce hydrogen by using light as their agent. There are only a few solar-driven processes, and they are photobiological, photoelectrochemical, and solar thermochemical. Biological processes use microbes like bacteria and microalgae and can produce hydrogen through biological reactions. We still have to go a long way in solving the climate change problems, but we might be able to see some results by 2030. With more inventions and initiatives springing up from across the globe, we might just be able to achieve this large-scale goal to protect our planet and ourselves. Till then, don't forget to take initiatives by yourself in helping to solve this problem. After all, the first step towards destruction or protection starts from home. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and share. If you know any other mega projects, do let us know in the comment section. Hit the bell icon so you never miss the next video from us.